Hello and welcome to Gondor Calls for Ale's YouTube channel. I am Sam Gallagher.
And I am Ben Gallagher.
And we are back with another battle report in Middle-earth.
That's right. This time we are wandering not too far from the woods of Fangorn, where three mysterious trolls have set up a campfire to do a little reconnaissance.
Yeah, I think unfortunately those trolls have been felling trees with their biting, gnawing axes, and so they have aroused something ancient. Small pebbles, Ben, or large trolls arouse the ents to wrath. I am bringing, of course, Fangorn and the ents.
And obviously I am playing the three trolls.
And if you didn't pick it up, we are playing a game of Reconnoiter.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit odd. We rolled a bunch of scenarios and got sick of rolling scenarios when we landed on Recon, which I don't think we've played on the channel yet. So two armies not necessarily famed for their ability to reconnaissance. So it's going to be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, but one that should be fairly cool, just because it's not like, oh, well, you have 3 models and I have, 1,000 or 30. So yeah, it should be interesting. Potentially a short game, a little bit of a monster mash. We'll see how it goes. We will be back to look at those armies, look at the table, and get this underway.
But before the board is set and the pieces in motion, it wouldn't be Gondor Calls for Ale without the ale. So cheers, Sam.
Cheers.
Have a good game.
If you've been enjoying these videos, consider liking this video, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It's free, and it really helps push our content to other potential viewers.
If you haven't already, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you, and we do try to respond to anyone who comments on any of our videos. It's really great to hear back from the community. If you want to hear more of Sam and I talking about all things Middle-earth, including reviewing games from various tournaments we go to, look no further than our companion podcast. It's here on YouTube, as well as Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify, as well as various other places you might find podcasts.
And if you want to go that extra mile, if you are tired of mutton today, mutton yesterday, and blimey if it don't look like mutton again tomorrow, you could consider joining our Patreon. No mutton there. There's a link in the description of this video. It helps us out. It's what enables us to keep the lights on, the camera rolling, and the beer flowing. There are a wide range of tiers with some hopefully interesting prizes, unlike Bert's floater.
We appreciate all of our Patreons, past, present, and future, but there is no pressure, unlike the trolls, which will be squashing some things into jelly. If you want to join our growing community, we are on Discord. There's a link in the description of this video to both our Patreon and our Discord, where you can talk with our fans and friends about all things Middle-earth. Here are the three trolls. Bert, Bill, and Tom. The whole army. And the campfire. So, for our special rules, we have, of course, the campfire. After both armies have been deployed, you may place the campfire anywhere on the battlefield outside of your opponent's deployment zone. The campfire is on an 80mm base and must be placed flat on the battlefield. Friendly troll models treat the campfire as a banner with a range of 6 inches and gain the magic resistance special rule and a bonus of +1 to any courage tests while within 6 inches of it. The trolls get to pick and buy their special rules, so before we rolled the mission, I selected my special rules. I selected full bellies. Bill, Bert, and Tom increased their starting might, will, and fate points to 3. I also selected nothing like a warm fire. The range of the campfire's effects are increased to 18 inches rather than 6. Additionally, as long as there are no enemy models in base contact with the campfire at the end of the game, the campfire will count as a banner for purposes of victory points in scenarios that award victory points for having a banner left. And finally, dominant presence. Whilst either Bill, Bert, or Tom are within 3 inches of an objective marker, they are automatically considered to be holding it, which isn't going to come into play in this game. But there we have it, the trolls. If this army list confuses you, if you just can't remember what I've just said, look no further than the description of this video. I will be posting it in there, so you too can build yourself a fearsome force of 3 trolls.
Here are the ents, an army led by TreeBeard. No Merry or Pippin just yet. And in his warband, there is 1 ent. In warband 2, we have Birchseed, also leading 1 ent. I have some army special rules here, which is don't be hasty. Ent models are completely unaffected by magic powers that would attempt to move them or prevent them from activating. 1 with the forest. Friendly ent models are completely unaffected by the Call of the Winds, Nature's Wrath, Wrath of Ruin, and Riding Vines special rules. And then we have the beech, oak, chestnut, ash, many have come, which is I get to pick ents. You have to pick, there are 4 options, you have to pick 1 of each before you get to double up. So for this game, I went with an oak ent to increase his wound characteristic to 4. And I have an ash ent who improves his shoot value to 3+ and can still use his throw stone special rule even if he's moved. Though not if he's moved over half. And there we have it. 550 points of ents ready to reconnoiter. If you would like to see this army in writing, text, beautiful digital text perhaps, you can look in the description of this video.
And here we have our beautiful wooded board from somewhere just west of Fangorn. The ents are on their way west, moving up into the mountains so they can later come down out of the mountains to encounter Thorin and co. And are, of course, reconnoitering their way to figure out where they're going. So this game will end when one force has been reduced to 25% of its starting number. We are scoring victory points for moving models off of each other's board edge. We are also scoring victory points for hero models leaving the board edge, for slaying the enemy general, and for breaking the enemy army. We do not deploy on the board at the start of this game, but enter as reinforcements from our own board edges. So it's not a full Maelstrom, it's more of a light Maelstrom mission. Now that I've gone over the board and the mission, I am going to be placing the campfire. Sam has no deployment zone, so I could pretty much put it wherever I want. But I think the middle of the board seems like a likely enough spot. Can we see it there? We'll just move this tree so that we can see the beautiful campfire in the woods.
Rolling priority for the first turn to see where people walk on and who walks on first.
The trolls have a 6.
Well, that makes sense because the ents are not hasty. Ben, would you like priority or would you like to give it to me?
Well, I mean, under a normal situation, I would give you priority, but I really don't think it matters in this game. And you have stipulated that you are, in fact, not hasty. So obviously, I will be going first.
Okay.
So we are rolling a dice here on a 4 or better. The 3 trolls have arrived. They have rolled a 5 and are strolling on to the board. There are the trolls, Sam. Let's see the trees.
We'll start it off with TreeBeard, Fangorn himself. Oh, he's rolled a 6, and he's feeling not hasty, but he's feeling motivated. We'll go with motivated. I predict this will be a fast few turns. Priority for turn 2. The ents retain their unhasty.
The trolls have a 5, and I think are perfectly happy to keep moving first at this juncture. It really doesn't matter. So we're just going to push up the board. There they are, Sam. The trolls have moved.
The flying wedge. Well, the ents not being overly hasty, but not hasty, as they're trying to scout out the best place for the ent wives to live once they return, are going to move forwards. Priority! I have a 1, Ben.
I have a 6. The trolls, sensing victory, are going to keep priority, Sam. They don't know why, but they're doing it.
I like it. Is Tom within 21 inches of my ash ent? No, not quite. We're not taking shots at you yet.
Turn 4 underway with another priority.
Oh, all haste ahead! The ents have rolled a 6.
The question is, Sam, are they going to maintain their slow and steady?
They're going to see where the trolls are going. We're going to give the trolls, we'll let the trolls' momentum continue carrying them forwards.
They're rumbling momentum, perhaps. Am I actually going to split up the trolls? It seems like such a bad idea.
Well, Ben has fallen for my cunning trap of not knowing any of what I'm doing at all. So we're just going to do an ently scoot sideways. And these two, TreeBeard and Ash, the ent, he's got to catch them all. So he's going to throw a boulder at a troll.
Is he painted it red and white?
Oh, absolutely. into that shooting phase here. We'll start off with Ash Ketchum, the ent. He misses. TreeBeard can do one better and hits.
You're shooting Tom, right?
Yes, I'm shooting Tom, who I believe is defense 6.
I believe you are correct.
I am strength 10 on a stone. I think I need a 4. A 6 will wound no matter.
Surely I'm defense 6. Surely 10 on 6 is a 3. But a 6 will wound. I will spend a point of Tom's fate. He has a full belly, Sam.
He does.
I will spend another point of Tom's fate.
Perfect.
Fortunately, he has a full belly. All right.
Okay.
Tom passing a point of fate there. Down to 1 fate on Tom.
Priority, Ben, for another turn.
An interesting priority this time.
I have a 1.
I have a 5, and I think I want you to go first this time.
Okay. Well, while I very easily could just stay and throw stones for the entirety of this game, I don't think that's particularly fun or interesting.
The terrible trolls are coming! We're on 2 sides of this forest, but that's okay. We have a cunning plan called be within 60 of each other in case we need to call a heroic move.
Ash Ent has ranged in on Tom, so he's picked up a rock, Ben.
Oh.
And he's hit!
Doesn't even need to be an Ash Ent.
He does, actually,
But he could
because
move.
moves.
'Cause he
He
moved,
moves,
nice.
so
Yeah.
he hits on 4s when he moves. And he will not wound Tom on a 1. So a reprieve there for Ben. Priority for another turn. I have a 5.
I have a 3.
I think I am going to be keeping this priority, Ben.
I set myself up so that I could call a heroic move, but I actually don't know how much. I guess the potential problem is 3 ents going into Bert. Or Bill, even. So yeah, we are going to call a heroic move with Bert. Because we don't want TreeBeard and 3 ents to go into our general. That would be bad.
All right, I'm not going to call anything because I'm in a vast might inferiority or deficit.
Okay, let's take some terror tests.
Okay, into the combat phase. Not looking ideal for the ents, as I totally forgot that Tom is a sneezy troll. So let's get Tom and TreeBeard here out of the way.
All right, well, Tom will spend one of his 3 points of will to sneeze on TreeBeard, which is going to halve his fight value for this turn.
Okay, let's see your 3 attacks if you get that 6.
All right, Tom has rolled a 5.
TreeBeard has 4 attacks, and TreeBeard has also rolled a 5. Is it worth spending a point of might to make you spend a point of might?
I'll tell you what, let me banner re-roll from the
Sure.
campfire first, because I have to do that before might is spent. There's the 6.
All right.
Your defense on TreeBeard is
8.
I am strength 6, so I need 5s here. How about no wounds from Tom?
And no cooking utensils to re-roll that 1.
That's right.
Okay, let's do Bert against my oak ent and Birchseed. No, that's Bill.
Bill against Oak and Birchseed.
Let's see, Bill.
So Bill has rolled a 5 high.
Okay. Birchseed is on a 3. Good. And then my oak ent. He gets the 6, Ben.
All right, so let's have a campfire bannery roll. No, and I think I will spend a point of might here, Sam. So make sure we win that fight. What's the defense of the oak?
8.
All right, so we need 4s to put some wounds on the oak ent. How about 1 wound?
Nothing I can do about that, so he will take a wound. Priority for another turn. I have a 2.
And I have got a 4, so I think I will move first this turn, Sam.
Well, Birchseed gets to call a free move because you won priority and decided to keep it for yourself, so he will use a move.
Well, Sam, do I counter move? I think at this point I don't, so go ahead and move away.
He will obviously call with me. Okay, Ben, you have priority. Where would you like to go for combat?
Well, let us do Bill the Troll fighting against Birchseed and the oak ents. So here comes Bill the Troll. He has rolled a 5 again,
All right,
Sam.
let's see if Birchseed is on a 4 and Professor the oak ent is on the 6 again.
All right, well, we have a toasty campfire reroll, which is another 5. I think I will spend another point of Bill's might here so as not to lose that fight. Let's see if we can bring down the oak tree. Not with a roll like that, Bill. Not with a roll like that. 1, 2, 3. 1 fight down, Sam. Next fight to go. Tom will once again be sneezing on TreeBeard. So here comes Tom. He has a 5. Bert has got the 6. All right, Tom looking for 5s here. There's 3 4s, and Bert even looking for 5s. 1 wound on TreeBeard.
Okay.
Is Tom spending any of his might? No, he's not.
Okay, TreeBeard will pass his point of fate.
Sam, you've definitely passed the fate-failing curse
Onto
onto
you.
me.
Okay, we've got a bit of a cluster here in the middle. Interesting, interesting. We will go into another priority. Okay, priority, where the ents have rolled a 2.
And the trolls have rolled a 1.
Oh, well, I think the ents are going to take it.
Do we try and slow them down, or we just try and beat the ones that are in the middle? All right, Sam, go ahead and move away. I haven't been doing too well in these combats. I think I need my mic for it.
Well, I successfully tied up all of Ben's models because we have a hilariously few number of models apiece. So we'll be getting into combat. Let's do Bill versus Birchseed.
Bill versus Birchseed. Bill has rolled the 6
All
this
right,
time, Sam.
You have won that fight.
Your defense on Birchseed is
8 as well.
still? All right. We need 5s here. How about 1 wound from Bill?
I will pass a point of fate. Let's do the oak ent versus Tom.
Well, Tom liked sneezing on TreeBeard so much that he's going to save his final will point for another sneeze at TreeBeard.
Okay.
So possibly tied fight here. I'm fight 7.
I'm also fight 7.
So tied fight. Interesting.
I have a 5.
I have also got a 5. I do have a campfire reroll. So we are tied fight at a 5.
I'm
not going to spend mine.
Okay.
So it's your priority. Let's see a roll off.
Good guys. So yeah, I'm just going to strike some blows.
Fair
your
enough. Defense 6.
And strength is also 6, so it doesn't make a difference if I rend you. So I'm just going to strike normally. Looking for 2 wounds here, Ben.
Oh dear. All right. Well, Tom the Troll has failed 1 point of fate already, so he's down to but a single point of fate, which he will pass.
Okay, so he takes 1 wound.
Takes 1 wound.
And now we'll do TreeBeard against Bert the Troll.
All right, Bert. Now is your time.
TreeBeard's on a 5.
Bert is on a 4, but he has a campfire.
He does.
There's the 6. What's he going to do, TreeBeard?
I think TreeBeard's going to spend the point of might, because you're only fight 7, correct?
I am only fight 7.
Yeah, TreeBeard will spend the point of might to win the fight.
Well, that's fair, because I was going to set you ablaze on the campfire.
Yeah, not this turn, Mr. Troll. Your defense is 7?
My defense on that troll is 7, yes.
So I'm strength 8, so looking for 5s.
4s.
4s. 2 wounds, Ben.
All right, Bert the Troll, spending some fates. He will fail 1 and pass 1, spend his last point of fate, which he will pass. So he's unscathed, but out of fate.
Okay. I've rolled a 1.
I have a 2 this time, Sam, so the trolls will be taking the initiative.
Well, obviously, once again, Birchseed, being a master of not being hasty, naturally unhasty.
Naturally unhasty.
Some reason it means he gets to move before people, is going to call a heroic move. Continue to be the superior gamer and tie all of Ben's models up. I'm just gonna make him do work for me and ask him to move that ent ever closer to the board.
All right, let's do Bill fighting Birchseed.
Okay.
All right, so Tom is going to sneeze on the
Okay.
oak tree. So he needs to win this fight against the oak here. So he's sneezing on it. He has rolled the 6.
Okay.
Tom's angry. He's used up. There's no more sneezing. And finally, Bert fighting TreeBeard. Set him ablaze.
TreeBeard is on a
TreeBeard's got the
6.
6.
And I think we'll just be striking some blows.
Absolutely.
Looking for 4s. How about no wounds, Ben? No wounds by your
Lucky break.
Your chinny chin chin. I think, is that all the combats? Did we miss any? No, easy.
I thought you were
easy.
serious for a second.
Got him.
Talking about?
We will return with a priority for this turn. The Ents have rolled a 2.
The trolls have a sweet 6 and will be taking priority yet again, Sam. You're going to call that right move.
I am. Are you gonna do anything about it?
What am I? Bill's got 1, Bert's got 2, Tom's got 1. Yeah, all right, Sam. Heroic move away.
So my heroic move is done, which leaves my remaining moves. The final move of the turn is, of course, the Ash Ent, who I think just about. Will you confirm for me, Ben?
Oh yeah, I think you got bags of room. You got whole inch to spare.
Perfect. Look at that. He is going to be the very best. Into combat, Ben. You have priority, even though I'm consistently moving first. Where would you like to go?
All right, let's do it reversos. Actually, Sam, I have been thinking.
Oh boy,
I have been thinking.
Dangerous.
I know it is dangerous, especially for a troll. But Bert is out of fate, and he's facing off against TreeBeard, and he would like to live for at least one more turn. So he's going to call a heroic defense.
Oh,
because he has heroic defense. He doesn't have strike, which
I
would have been
like
my aggressive option.
Yeah,
But I can't
good.
do it, so we'll call a heroic defense with Bert over there, and then we'll do that combat first.
Okay.
Where having called the defense, he will now win this fight.
I like it. I have rolled a 5, Ben.
I have also rolled a 5, so maybe not. We have a banner roll. No, all right. So you will win, but now you will need 6s to bludgeon me. Or you could do something terrible to me and huck me.
We're gonna barge you.
Okay.
Send you away.
Oh, and you're gonna go kill Tom.
And then we're gonna follow up, and we're going to. I was gonna kill Tom, but this is a game of reconnoiter, Ben, where I think we have to.
You follow up right back into Bert.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's continue. Let's continue that shoving match. Bert versus TreeBeard.
TreeBeard has a 5.
I have a 4.
You do still have
I do still have a banner. I'm hesitating because I'm not sure what happens to my heroic defense. Ooh, there's the 6.
Perfect.
Don't have to figure it out. Are you going to spend a point of might from TreeBeard?
No. I'm not going to spend the point of mine. I think we're just going to back up.
All right. I'm strength 7, your defense 8. I'm looking for 5s here. How about 2 wounds?
I did forget that TreeBeard had spent some fate, so we're going to pass his 2
ruthless.
remaining fate. Okay, Ben. Next combat. Where are we going?
All right. Tom, the Terrible, fighting the mighty oak tree.
Professor the Oak Tree.
I have a 6.
I also have a pair of 6s.
Well, I also have a pair of 6s.
Well, I also have a
I
4.
thought we rolled the same. Oh, we're tie fight.
You have priority. Let's see. I don't have to cogitate about throwing you.
Not yet anyway. Now you do. For the roll-off, behind the trees has gone to the good guys. All right, well, let's do it, Mr. Woodland Creature. Tom the Troll, once again, fighting the mighty oak tree on a 5.
On a 6 for the oak.
With a campfire roll into the 6.
Okay. Let's see if you can.
This time it will go to the bad guys.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to barge you, Sam. All right, so for the 3rd time this turn, Tom against Professor Oaktree.
6?
Tom also on the 6. All right, 3 tied combats from those 2.
Only one person can win 2 of these, Ben. Who is it going to?
It will be the good guy.
Well, alas, because you barged me away, I was going to have to ask if I could barge and then hurl, which I don't think you can. But I was going to try and barge you and then hurl you.
Nice.
So
I actually can only brutal power attack once per turn.
I think you're right. So I'm just going to strike blows.
Fair enough.
I have not wounded you.
That is the definition of a shoving contest.
Yes, lots of pushing and shoving. Just eking out the time on this video. I love it. So the third and final
fight. I have a 5.
I have a 6, Ben.
I have a banner reroll into a 4. I'm fight 8 over there, so I could spend a might and win it. That will be Bill's last point of might, though, which doesn't feel great. So I'm going to let you have it. Since
Am I
Bill
going
is
to do
unscathed.
anything?
Are you going to do any shenanigans? You're gonna
Okay, so we're just gonna strike some blows.
Sure.
Defense.
Defense on Bill, I believe, is 7. Yes.
Looking for 4s.
3 wounds. All right. Bill is just going to pass his fate cool as a cucumber. There's 2 passes.
Okay.
So he will stitch 1 wound from Birchseed the Hasty.
Yeah, the unnaturally unhasty. Okay, a 2.
A 4.
I wonder what will happen here.
I mean, I'll take priority and you'll call it a
I
free
will call a free move.
I'm on 2 might left. Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and call your free heroic move. Getting some mileage out of that.
Yeah. Okay. So this time. There we have my move. I'm going to let Ben move a model. I've decided to be generous.
Bert didn't really like fighting TreeBeard a whole ton, although picking him up and hucking him to the campfire is my wildest dream. Though you're too far away, you have to be within 6 inches of the campfire for me to do that, so I'm not going to charge into TreeBeard. I am just going to skirt his control zone and come into the woods a little bit over here. We're not out of the woods yet, boys.
But we are into the combat phase.
We sure are, Sam. So it's my priority. It was so much fun doing Tom first last time. We're going to do Tom first again.
Okay.
Tom versus Professor the Oak Tree.
I'm on a 5.
I am on a 4 with a campfire reroll into a 5.
Oh,
it will be another tie fight.
Do you have any might?
I do have a point of might left on Tom.
Is it worth spending it?
I think Tom will be spending his last point of might here to win that fight. See if we can knock down a tree. Looking for 5s here. How about no wounds? Onwards into Bill the Troll fighting Birchseed. Bill has rolled a 6. We're not doing any shenanigans here. We're just gonna whack you with a club. How about 3 wounds this time? The trolls have finally figured out the weak spots of the ents.
All right, well,
it's their knees.
Birchseed's 2 fate. He will, reroll that. It's fairly cocked. Oh, he'll pass 1, fail 1, and take 2 wounds. Whoa, looks like there may need to be a bit of the old switcheroo in the entish ranks here. So we'll get into some priority.
Where the trolls will win and Birchseed will call a move.
I have a 3.
I have a 4. So the trolls win priority, take priority.
But she's going to call a heroic move.
All right, Sam, go ahead. As tempting as it is just to run Bill off the board, I think we need to stick this fight out. So he's just going to wade through the dense underbrush of this forest and come over to here.
Well, Ben, as tempting as it is to charge Professor the Oak Tree into combat, I think he's just gonna pick up a stone. He's just gonna ping Bert in the face.
Nice.
All right, we're going to do that. So Professor the Oak Tree has picked up a stone, and he's missed.
Phew. Fear you.
Well, there's only 1 combat this turn.
That is Tom and Bert fighting against Fangorn the Terrible. Let's see it, Sam.
4 TreeBeards on a 5.
All right, here comes Tom. Tom is on a 4.
Good, good.
Here comes Bert. Bert is on a 5.
Do you have a banner?
I do have a banner. Bert is on a 5. He will spend his last point of might to make that a 6, Sam.
I will spend TreeBeard's second might to also go to a 6.
Ruh-roh, Raggy. Are you just striking blows here, or are you doing any terrible shenanigans?
I think this time we have to just strike blows.
All right, fair enough.
We'll put the first. Tom has 2 wounds remaining.
Correct.
I did my math wrong here. So we're going to put the first 2 strikes into Tom, looking for 4s. How about a pair of 1s even? Second set, 1 wound on Tom.
Ruh-roh. Nothing Tom can do about that.
I have a 4.
Oh, I have a 1. The trolls have finally let slip the priority now that the heroic move machine is safely out of danger.
Away.
Go ahead, Sam. I am not spending my last point of might, so over to you.
into combat where I have priority, but Ben, as I said, I didn't say saucy and use it lightly. This is heavy sauce. TreeBeard's going to call a combat.
Oh, that is heavy sauce, Sam, because here was me thinking that...
oh, you have to call first.
I call first. You were just presuming that I was going to save my last point of mine, but I am also thinking about calling a combat with Bill the Troll because not so hastily this game is slipping away from me. So I am going to do it. Yeah, I've got 2 trolls fighting an ent. I'm going to call a combat with Bill the Troll. Sam, you're also calling a combat with TreeBeard.
Yeah. So, but the ents have priority.
Who's going first?
The good guys!
All right, TreeBeard versus Tom. Not the one we wanted. Here we go. All right, Tom. All right, buddy.
TreeBeard on a 5.
Oh,
Giving
Tom
you a
the
chance.
Terrible
No!
on the 6s.
I knew that was going to happen.
We're just going to strike blows at
Yeah.
you. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. TreeBeard is going to take 2 wounds.
Oh, dear.
Not the result we needed there. Can I have a wound marker?
Yeah.
I was looking forward to winning that fight, killing Tom, and then killing a troll. A second troll.
A second troll. 2 for the price of 1.
All right, let's see this.
All right, here comes Bert. He has a 4.
Okay.
Bill has a 4.
On the 4 as well. If that campfire, the dice hit that, it was going to be a 6.
All right, so Bill looking for 5s. 2 wounds.
That is a dead tree.
All right, let's take a courage test with Bert. Yes, take a courage test with Bert. He will pass his courage test and go into TreeBeard. And I've just realized that Bill doesn't have enough movement to get into TreeBeard because he's still in the woods. So maybe the thing to do here, Sam, is to reconnoiter myself a troll. Okay, so Bert fighting TreeBeard. He was expecting backup here, Sam, but he served Bill mutton one too many times, and Bill has abandoned him to fight Fangorn. So here we go.
TreeBeard gets the 6 this time.
TreeBeard gets the 6.
Hold, Ben.
Oh, you going to barge me?
No, I'm going to throw you at Tom. So I'm going to kill Tom with his friend. So I roll the distance.
Yep.
Which is
1 plus the difference in our strength.
I'm strength 8.
I am strength 7.
So 2,
which is just
enough,
far enough.
I think.
Yep.
And I now take an intelligence test. Not that it matters because that's the only target.
Yeah.
I have passed.
What's TreeBeard's intelligence out of curiosity?
I think it's a 4. It's a 4. His courage is a 3.
Nice, nice. So the Hurley takes 2 strength 6 hits.
Okay, looking for some 5s here. 1 wound.
All right, that is enough. Yes,
no, that's TreeBeard's
That's
wound.
TreeBeard's wound. Oh, so it's not.
No, that's your first wound.
It's my first wound. All right, so 1 wound marker on Bert.
And now 1 strength 6 on Tom.
Yes. Looking for a 4.
Yes!
Tom is crushed by a flying Bert, smashed into jelly. Oh, fantastic.
Priority for getting down to the wire. A 6!
A 5. The ents are getting hasty now. The ent draft's kicking in. They're warming up. After waffling back and forth, I have decided that I am going to walk Bill off the table. It could definitely go the other way. I could definitely turn around and try and clobber TreeBeard to death. I'm not sure if this is the right call, but we are going for it anyway.
With only 1 combat remaining in the center, I think we're going to start with that one and also end with that one. So TreeBeard is on a 5.
Oh, saying there's a chance. Bert, buddy!
No!
Bert has got the 6.
Alas, my cunning plan.
Fortunately for TreeBeard, he knocked Bert over last time when he picked him up and hurled him at Tom. So Bert is just going to stand up.
Another turn of priority. Well, I have a 1 then.
I have a 5. So the trolls will be taking priority this turn.
I will get a free move on Birchseed over there, but it won't matter.
All right, here comes Bill, reconnoitering off the board. He senses that there is more mutton, or perhaps ponies, in this direction.
Nags. Westfold nags.
Westfold nags.
That's why he's going to not the west as we determine it. Birchseed striding towards the table edge. I think he has made it off.
Absolutely, with inches to spare.
More Entwives to be found. Oh, another turn. Can TreeBeard kill this troll?
Or can Bert toss TreeBeard into the campfire?
TreeBeard's on the 5.
Bert has rolled a 6. All right. Striking blows against TreeBeard, looking for 5s here. How about one more wound on TreeBeard, Sam?
TreeBeard down to 1 wound remaining. I would truly, dearly love to win a fight 3 turns in a row. I think we're down to priority again. Priority for another turn. I have a 4.
I have a 3, Sam. The hasty trees have it.
It doesn't matter, but I will just charge TreeBeard in like so.
And over on the other side of the board, Sam, would you reconnoiter Bill for me?
If you insist, I will. And there he goes.
First recon for the trolls.
The final fight, the final 2 models remaining on this board. Can TreeBeard win a fight? He's on the 5 again. Will you get that 6?
Not yet, but here comes the campfire.
Oh, phew. All right, TreeBeard looking for 4s here. 2 wounds.
2 is enough because I have already taken a wound. Down goes Bert. And with that, the game technically isn't over. TreeBeard can reconnoiter his way off the board, but Sam and I will be ending the game here, although I think we will score TreeBeard reconnoitering.
And here we are at the end of all things, or the very least this game. You can see in the west there are several monsters in various piles. We have 1 poor, dead oak ent.
Makes for nice firewood.
Fair. And then we've got Birchseed and an ash ent who managed to reconnoiter.
For the trolls, we of course have Tom felled, brought low. His cold was not enough to bring down TreeBeard, and he was stoned to death by his own friend. And then Bert, Bill, I keep getting those 2 mixed up. Bill, who successfully reconnoitered off the table.
Also, Bert should be over in the dead pile.
Yeah, he should be. But Bert here with Tom, after squishing Tom, was shortly to join him.
Off in the west, in Valinor, where the trolls live. And TreeBeard is camped out in a forest. And we're back smiling or looking slightly dazed at this camera. Before we get into our thoughts, feelings, and other funny things about this game, Ben, would you like to go through, tell us the score? You worked it out.
Right, so after working it all out, we have decided that the Ents are getting 4 victory points for reconnoitering more models than the Trolls, so getting 6 models off effectively with 2 Ents, and the Trolls only get 5 off because Bert is dominant.
Only 5.
Yeah, only 5.
Only 5 for 1 model. Not bad, not bad.
Not bad at all. The Ents also getting another victory point, so that's 4 victory points for the Ents there, getting another victory point for having a hero reconnoiter off the board for 5 victory points, and 1 more victory point for wounding Bill for 6 victory points, and then a big one here, 3 victory points for breaking me without being broken for a total of 9 victory points. Alas, the Trolls are only getting 2 victory points, 1 for reconnoitering a hero and 1 for wounding TreeBeard. So 2 to 9 is the final score, which is a big swing. I don't necessarily feel that that's like an accurate representation of the game, at least in its middle phase.
Yeah. No, I mean, but that is kind of the funny thing about Reconnoiter. Like, I've certainly played actual games of Reconnoiter with actual armies where, you know, I got like 7 or so equivalent of models off, but somebody else was able to get 8, and then they got all the other stuff, you know, and it just very quickly piles on, and I think doesn't necessarily accurately, as you said, reflect how the game truly feels. Yeah. You know, I walked off with 2 Ents, but you killed 1. TreeBeard was down to 1 wound. Birchseed was down to 1 wound, you know. So, yeah.
Yeah, and, you know, I had a couple of turns there where I won a bunch of fights early on and then just couldn't wound a tree. So, you know, Oak Ent was mighty hard to fell.
Yeah.
And, you know, I almost had Birchseed as well. And even TreeBeard got very close to tossing him into the campfire a couple of times, which would have been truly entertaining.
Yeah, and I think very funny, and also, you know, both make sense to try and push and shove each other, you know. We were saying before we started recording this little segment that it was kind of a shame how we ended up setting up the board with the kidney-shaped wood in the middle, because essentially it's open ground to me, and it's really a detriment to the Trolls, so I could basically, like, camp up, and yes, they could walk away from me, but I sort of, like, leap out, and I also hadn't really thought about how good that free heroic move was going to be.
I hadn't either, but it was truly hilarious.
It was definitely, I mean, that's a great special rule for sure, but so much better when the opposing player has less or the same number of marbles than you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think a funny one, a good time, cool to get the Ents and the Trolls, both armies that I really enjoy on the channel.
And not being total, I mean, it was definitely, like, final score fairly one-sided, but not a one-sided game.
No.
Often the monster mash can feel a little one-sided if you're just showing up and see all the monsters. We played a game early days with Atop the Walls against the 3 Trolls, and
it was
Gandalf was minced fine. And
yeah, it was fairly brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a good game, fun, enjoyable, very, very fun to play.
Yeah, super fun to play. If anyone out there has 2 armies of monsters and is looking for a silly game with a friend, can recommend Reconnoiter with the trees and the trolls. Truly entertaining game.
Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed watching this as much as, or at least close to, as much as we enjoyed playing it. And we will be, we'll be back in a little while with some more battle reports.
Thanks for watching.